Welcome to the third question of this trial and final exam preparation. We continue with question 3 from question 2 in the last video. So question 3 says, consider the following number structure, right? So we have this number structure as you can see in the diagram. And then they say the second term in each row produces the following number pattern, right? So we have 9, 15, 24, and 36. So here's what they mean by the second term. So they mean this column right here. So that's 9, 15, 24, and 36. So the second term in each row produces the following number pattern. 3.1, determine an expression for the nth term of the number pattern given above. So 3.1, we have 9, 15, 24, and 36, right? So we're trying to determine the expression for the nth term. So that's the general formula. In other words, we can try to find the common difference. 15 minus 9, that is 6, and 24 minus 15, that is 9, and 36 minus 24, that is 12. And as you can see, we have 3 as the second common difference, which means this is a quadratic number pattern. So to find the nth term, we know that we're going to say 2a equals 3, this 3, this is grade 11 stuff, and 3a plus b equals 6, and a plus b plus c equals 9, like that. So we know that a is just 3 over 2. In other words, we're going to substitute a this side. We're going to 3 over 2 plus b like that equals 6. In other words, b is 6 minus 3 times 3, that's 9. So that's 9 over 2. So this is 2 by 6, 12. 12 minus 9, that's 3. So b is 3 over 2. Right, so we can substitute a and b this side, so we can have 3 over 2 plus 3 over 2 plus c being equal to 9. C is 9 minus 6 over 2, because 3 plus 3 is 6, and it's the same denominator. So 6 divided by 2, that's 3, so that's the same as 9 minus 3, which is 6. So our general term, or our expression for the nth term, is just Tn being equal to a, which is 3 over 2 n squared, plus this comes from a n squared plus bn plus c, by the way. So we're going to have 3 over 2n plus 6, and this is our answer. Right, so we're done with question 3.1. Question 3.2 says, determine the value of the fifth term in row 20. So I've placed the solution of 3.1 on this left hand side because I figured that we will use it in solving for 3.2. For 3.2, we are going to use two methods. Let us see what is going on here. What we have is, we have the general formula for this column, and now they say determine the value of the fifth term in row 20. The fifth term begins from 45. You see, from row 5, that is first value, second value, third value, fourth value, and fifth value. So in other words, we are looking for the fifth term of the terms that go down to row 20. So in other words, 45 is our first term in that sequence. Yes, what we can do? What we can do is, we can look at this very first row 5, right? So from 36 to 45, what do you think happened? Or let's not start from there. Let's start from row 3. In row 3, from 15 to 18, we added 3, right? And now let's go to row 4. From 24 to 27, we also added 3. And from 27 to 30, we also added 3, right? I hope you can see this. So 24 to 27, that's 3. 27 to 30, that is also 3. So this means 36 to 39, that's 3. 39 to 42, that's 3. 42 to 45, that's also 3. In other words, if we are going to use the general formula of what we got in question 3.1, we are going to add 9 to whatever answer we're going to get, so that we can get the fifth term of row 20. of whatever row that we want. We are always going to add 9 because these, as they go down, they will remain 9 units apart. I hope that makes sense. What we now need to do is to determine the value of this column in row 20, right? So let me write this down. So we have this general formula, Gn being equal to 3 over 2 n squared plus 3 over 2n plus 6. Row 1, we notice that there was no second column. So in other words, we cannot say T20 when we are looking for term in row 20, right? Because in row 1, there was no second column. There was only one column. So in other words, we're not going to say T20 here. We're going to say T19 because it started in row 2. So that's 20 minus the first row, and we were left with now 19, right? So in other words, we're going to look for T19, which is 3 over 2, and then 19 squared plus 3 over 2, 19 plus 6, like that. So I'm going to punch this in the calculator, and you do so as well. And let's see if we get the same answers. So I found that T19 is going to be 576. In other words, we have the term that is in row 20, but it is not in the 5th position, or it's not the 5th term. It is the second term. And we saw that to move from the second term to the 5th term, we add 9 to whatever value that we have. So in other words, to get the 5th term in row 20, we have to take what was in the second term with that which we got, which is 576, and add 9 to it, and we are going to get 58, right? I hope this made sense. But we used this general formula to see that what will the value be in the second term of row 20, and then after finding that second term, we added 9 to that second term because we saw that the relationship between the second term and the 5th term is that you add 9 to it. So we just looked for the second term in row 20, and then we added 9 to it. And then we saw that in row 20, we cannot have T20 because the second column was not available in row 1. So in other words, it started from row 2. So in other words, we're going to have 19 values when we are at row 20. I hope this makes sense, right? So the second method is going to be a little bit abstract. If you did not understand what I did here, you can comment down below, and maybe it's possible that you might understand the next one that I'm going to explain, right? So the next one that I'm going to explain, we have to start afresh. Let me erase this. Now, let's try the second method. The second method, I don't suggest you use the second method in an exam because it might take you some time, unless if you are fast, of course, but I hope it helps you understand what we did in the first method. So this will be a little bit conceptual. Now, I want us to look at what is happening to the whole diagram. Now, look at this. From row 1 to row 2, this is 3, and to get here, we added 3, and to get here, we added 3. Right? So that's 3, 6, 9. From 9 to 12, we added 3. From 12 to 15, we added 3. From 15 to 18, that's another 3. And then from 18 to 21, that's 3. I hope you are seeing this. But if we are moving from each row and we start each row on the left, we are always adding 3. So that's 3, 3, 3, and 30 to 33, that's 3. 3, 3, 3, 3, like that. So in whatever case that we have, we are adding 3 to the right, and we're adding 3 as we start each row, right? So in other words, for row 6, we are going to add 3 from 45, that is going to be 48. Add 3 from 48, that is going to be 51 and 54, and then 57 and 60. Because it's row 6, it needs to have 6 values, so, and 63, like that. What we should concern ourselves with is what is happening to the 5th position. We don't care about what is happening to the other side, because all we care about is the fifth term. So the fifth term is 45. The fifth terms are 45 and 60. All we need to do is to find the general formula for this pattern that is going to happen here, and then try to find the value in row 20. Now let's add a final row right here. So we're going to add R7, so that is 63 plus 3, that is going to be 66, and then 69, and then 72, 75, and 78, 81, 84. Now let's take this pattern and write it this side. So we have 45, 60, and 78, right? We don't need to go any further. 3 is fine. Again, don't use this method because it's too conceptual and might take you a lot of time. But I want you to understand what is happening, right? So now we know that it's going to be a quadratic because everything in here is quadratic. So 60 minus 45, that's 15. 78 minus 60, that's 18 right there, right? So here it's 3. We don't need to add anything else because we now know that this is going to be 3, and then they also have 15 and also have 45. We just need these first terms right here to get the general term. In other words, we're going to have 2a being equal to 3, 3a plus b being equal to 15, and a plus b plus c being equal to 45, like that. So a is going to be 3 over 2. In other words, b is going to be 15 minus 3 into 3 over 2, like that. And we're also going to have 9 over 2, like that. So that's 2 by 15, that which is 30. 30 minus 9, that's going to be 21 over 2, like that. So we have a and b, which we can now substitute this side. So we have 3 over 2 plus 21 over 2 plus c being equal to 45, right? So c is going to be 45 minus 24 divided by 2. It's 24 because 3 plus 21 is 24, and they all are divided by the same denominator. So this is going to be 45 minus 12, which is the same as 33. So the general term for this new pattern is Tn being equal to 3 over 2n squared plus 21 over 2n plus 33. We are looking for the term in row 20 that is in 5th position. So now let's think about it. 45 is our first term, but in terms of rows, it was in row 5, right? And we are looking for the term that's in row 20. So 45 was the first term in row 5, and we are now looking for the term that is in row 20. So 20 minus 5 is 15, but row 5 is also included. So in other words, the terms that we are looking for are going to be the terms that are 20 minus 5 plus 1. This plus 1 is very important because we are saying that row 5 is included. So that is going to be 15 plus 1, which means we have 16 terms in this sequence, right? So what we are actually looking for is T16 because it's going to be the term that is in 5th position in row 20. In other words, we're going to say T16 right here, which is 3 over 2, and then 16 squared plus 21 over 2, 16 plus 33. Now punch this into your calculator and see if we get the same answer. I get that T16 is 585, which is the same answer that we got in the last method. Try to digest this because it is a bit conceptual. It is a bit confusing. But if you don't understand, please shout out in the comments and I'll try to come up with another way to explain. So this is the end of the third question. I hope your time with me was fruitful in this video. and be sure to go back and see what we did step by step. And if you don't understand, you can hit me up in the comments. Get some break and be sure to come back for question 4, which is upcoming next, right? So see you in the next video.